Hello again and welcome back to Illegally Sighted. This is BGFH and I'm back for another low vision spotlight video, and we're looking at a game this time that I've covered on the channel before, but we are looking at a new version of it, believe it or not. Yeah, the game that just keeps on being resurrected, I guess. We are looking at Duke Nukem 3D, the 20th Anniversary World Tour Edition. This is a version of the game that came out on Xbox One, PS4, and PC yesterday as I'm recording this, so middle of October. This is a game that basically they've taken... I think this has got to be the final time they redo this game. I mean, Duke Nukem 3D, you know, obviously 20th Anniversary World Tour. It's 20 years old. God, I feel old. I played the crap out of this game originally when I was, you know, early teenager in the 90s back then. And yeah, since then they've released it on consoles. I think there was a PlayStation version, there's an N64 version. It's come out on God knows how many other platforms, but you know, here it is. They released an Xbox Live Arcade version on the last generation of Xbox 360, but now we're bringing it yet again to modern consoles and PC. But they've actually done a little bit more to add to the game. So let's just start with the main menu here. One thing I really like about this is that the whole interface, from what I've played so far of this, is actually very good. Like, it's nice large text, easy to see what's being highlighted. Go under options, you know, the options screen don't get super tiny. You know, I go into controls, keyboard, mouse, everything is just nice and large. I like being able to just easily read the menus and stuff. So you have single player, you have multiplayer, and you have the basically what came out to be the Atomic Edition, which is kind of their. I think it started out with 3 episodes originally, then they made the Atomic Edition, which added a 4th episode, and then I want to say it wasn't that many years ago where there was a version of this called the Megaton Edition that came out on Steam. I think that's when I did the original video, when I covered the game at that point. But now we're back, and under single player, we actually have a 5th episode. We have... grab my mouse here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have the 5th episode. Now, what's neat about this is basically they went back to some of the creators of the original Duke Nukem 3D, and they're like, well, we're going to do this, you know, we're going to rebuild the game a little bit, modernize it a little bit, make it play a little bit better, do some graphic work to it, do some audio work to it. Let's see if we can actually get some new content as well. So basically there are several levels, and what I like about the episodes in here are that you can go into each one of these episodes. If I go to LA Meltdown, I can choose. I don't have to play through it all through it if I don't want to. Like, if I'm a long fan of the game and I've played the however many iterations of this game that are out, I can go choose my favorite levels, which I do appreciate, because you're like, I wonder what that looks like in, you know, up-resed or whatever. But if I go down to the bottom episode here, we have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... at least 7 new levels that were partially, you know, created partially by the original developers of the game. So basically, they, you know, used some of the modern technology, but they were like, you know, we're going to try to build these, you know, as if we were using the tools back then, and just kind of give you a whole new episode. So that's kind of a neat touch. I haven't played around a whole lot with this stuff. I've briefly popped into a level or two, but I will check that out at some point here. Let's just go into our classic. We're going to start with the levels that matter to everybody who has played Duke Nukem. We are going to play LA Meltdown. We are going to play the first level or two because, of course, we're going to play
Let's rock.
the... Come on. Wow.
Damn, those alien
Wow.
bastards are gonna pay for shooting up my ride.
That took a lot longer than I thought it would to load. So this is your iconic movie theater level, and then you have, you know, your convenient or your adult bookstore strip club level on the second level. So as you can tell already, like, the game just looks way better than it did. It still looks pixelated as hell, especially you go up and look at models. They're still using the 2D sprites, which are amusing. But at any time, I can hit C on my keyboard. Ah! Now we are back to... And I still think these are maybe even spiced up because they're running at a higher resolution. You know, we were running this at, like, what? I think 640 by 480 was even high back then. I don't even remember what resolutions we were running in. But, you know, nowhere near the lighting. Boom, we got that back. Now, another thing that I just enabled is a commentary. They have under, I think it's under game options, you can enable commentary mode where developers... I haven't checked this out at all yet, but developers will give you commentary. There's commentary nodes kind of like in Half-Life or Portal or a couple of the other recent games that have done that, and I really appreciate that, especially for games that I fondly remember playing back in the day. Like, if they're going to do a remaster or like a re-release of a game, I actually really enjoy hearing stuff from the developers, and that would be something, you know, as a fan of gaming and gaming history and just all that kind of stuff, I'm really interested in it. So I can walk up to it, and I'm guessing I just hit E.
So we are doing developer commentary of episode 5. It's hard to believe, but after 20 years, Alan Blum and Richard Levelord Gray have come back to build all new content for Duke Nukem 3D using a lot in pretty much the original tools. Now the engine is upgraded. This development commentary will talk about some of that. You can also tell that we're able to put a lot more detail in these maps because of increased performance of computer hardware since the last 20 years. It's pretty exciting. We're getting an all new episode for Duke Nukem 3D in the classic style.
So yeah, it's interesting that they're mentioning the new episode in the old episode. I'm hoping that they also talk about existing content, like from the original game, because, like, you know, I think it'd be really interesting to know, like, oh, were you know, it would, like I said, in the other Duke Nukem, the original Duke Nukem video that I did, this was, you know, right now it's kind of like, okay, laughable or really basic, but back then, like, you know, coming from games like Wolfenstein 3D, and then Doom, where you're in, like, you know, all kinds of weird, abstract, crazy environments. It was really cool. It was really cool to walk around an environment that was, you know, it looked like, oh, I could be on planet Earth. You know, we're looking at big skyscrapers here. We've got a theater right there, marquee over there. Again, I can switch between the old classic graphics, which again, I think are even running at a higher resolution, and they look better than I remember. But yeah, there's your extra lighting, which adds a little bit of pizzazz to it. Wow. And you notice how they did, like, they have like a weird angular... I don't know how to describe it, but they, like, that building there, it looks like a little crooked going up into the left there. Whereas if I go like this, it seems more straight up. I think it's the way that the engine had to draw the original game. So I'm sure we're going to get some commentary nodes eventually explaining some of that stuff. Now, of course, I'm not going to go through and play through the, you know, and do all the commentary nodes, but at least I wanted to play that first one to show you that, yes, in fact, they have added developer commentary. So you know, I've played the first 2 levels of this game countless times. I mean, those are the 2 levels that everybody remembers because they're really set down to earth, and like it was just cool to see like aliens coming in and doing realistic levels. And then the levels got a little bit more. I just didn't like a lot of the other levels, like you had the prison, which was the 3rd level. You had the mountains area where you came up from the submarine on the 4th level. And I don't even remember how the first episode ended. But the second episode was like basically you go up in space where the aliens are. And then I think the 3rd one you were back down to Earth. But so we already have a couple more nodes here, which I'll come back and look at later. But yeah, these first 2 levels are so memorable. Alright, so let's go in here. Explode goes the fire extinguisher. Shoot that guy in the face. And that guy. The one thing that drives me crazy is the... Would you stop it? Is the pistol in this game. Like, I can't manually reload it. So, I basically, like, if I've shot a couple of enemies, I will... And then I go find somebody else. I don't like that, like, I'll be in the middle of firing, and I'll have to just let it reload whenever it wants to. Like, I really wish I were able to just manually reload so that next time I fought an enemy, it would be a lot easier. Okay, Dick, where... Oh, hey, how you doing, bucko? Okay, you're dead. Viva la shotgun! There we go. Kill that guy. Oh, 2 he is, eh? You done? Alright, let's switch back to my pistol. Blow that up. Grab some munitions here. Back to my shotgun. But yeah, I mean, like, the interactivity of this game was just really cool. Like, I'd hit this, and I don't even remember what the heck that did. Like, I'm still not sure what this does. I used to, but I don't really remember. Kill that guy. That guy, kick him in the face.
Get some.
There we go. So if I had a rocket or a pipe bomb, I could blow that open. But why waste precious ammo on something like that? That actually comes into play if you were playing multiplayer. I wanted to get outside really quickly, a way in and out, instead of just having to go through the main theater entrance. That's where that shortcut comes in handy. So let's head on over to the bathroom. Okay, so see, here's... Look at this. You can tell it's a sprite because it just turns. That was one of the things that always amused me, even back then. Like how the sprites would just, like, not just for enemies, but for items, they would just rotate for a certain angle of it to be always facing you. Kill it. Kill him on the shitter. There we go. Much better. Of course.
Damn, I'm looking good.
See, it's still super pixelated.
I'm looking good.
But, you can tell they've upped the resolution a little bit. They made things run a little bit better. Oh, man, yeah, there's tons of... if anything, like... I wasn't sure that I really would, if this was just like another remake and, I'd play the new levels. I'd probably, go back and play through a couple of the older levels. But honestly, with the commentary nodes, that gives me a decent level of incentive to even play through the existing content. Because, like I said, I am a fan of learning about games, especially ones that I really remember liking in the past. Here's your Alien reference. I wish I had my shotgun, but I'm out of ammo for it. Perish. Ow. Yeah, you too, bub. Uh-oh. Wait, where? What? Okay, now I know I'm going to jump up there in just a moment. But first, let's grab this key card here. Here we go. Oh, all kinds of stuff. Alright. I remember this being so funny back in the day. And, like, we were worried that our parents were going to catch us. Like, you know, games are just... I mean, this is nothing compared to, like, just even a T-rated game nowadays. But, like, strippers and, like, the movie theater thing here. And just... I remember thinking, like, holy crap, I can't believe... You know, and again, we were playing games that were, you know, like 8-bit Nintendo games. You know, Super Nintendo was just out for a little while at this point. Sega Genesis, you know, so we're used to, like, 2D platformers and, like, you know, a lot more family-friendly stuff. Like, you know, Duke Nukem, Mortal Kombat, those types of things were just starting to kind of come out around this time. So, like... You know, little things like that would just blow us away. We're like, oh my god, I can't believe they put that in there. This is cool, you know, being the idiot teenagers that we were. Or whatever. Okay. Let me go take another leak. Hey! Would you let me go get some health back? Oh, it won't let me see. Yeah, you can only do it. I don't remember what the time frame is or what the time limit is as far as, like, you can only do it so often. Okay, kill our buddy here. Here's a quick trick. Go back down, otherwise it will hurt you. I remember that from back in the day, and you get a 2-for-1 special. Not only if you get away from it, you will...
Don't have time to play with myself.
You will kill 2 enemies up here. So we got a Duke pinball machine there, or Balls of Steel. We've got a Duke Nukem arcade game with your cheesy one-liners. Man, just in this first level alone, I am so going back. I mean, there's commentary nodes everywhere. I love it. I'm glad it's not just like, oh, here's 1 or 2 scattered here and there. No, there's like a lot of content here, which I'm very much appreciate it. So as far as like the regular content goes, like they've upped the graphics a little bit. Like I said, I can switch back. No lighting effects whatsoever. I mean, you had lights, but not like, you know, not actually casting real lighting or anything like that. The one thing that is a little bit jarring, though, is if you pay attention... Oh, crap. I didn't mean to do that. I accidentally used my item because I'm used to R being reload, not using an item. So now I'm on steroids, so I'm running like a gazillion miles an hour. But like if you listen to Duke talk... Oh yeah, we didn't go down... Oh, we gotta go back behind the theater. Hang on. We gotta make ourselves a detour. We gotta go back behind the weird dancing movie here. Now I could have gone down the other way, but we're gonna go back this way. Like if you listen to him talk...
Damn, I'm looking good.
That's really crisp.
Damn, I'm looking good.
So the voice actor for Duke, John St. John, he came back and he recorded all of his lines over again, which I thought was actually kind of a cool thing. But they didn't really seem to go back and do a lot for the sound effects for whatever reason. Like, some of the sound effects still sound a little bit muddy. So I kind of wish that they would have cleaned that up a little bit too, just to, you know, make everything a little bit better. And here's our... I know I missed a secret or two, but let's just go to the next level here. This, you know, this was classic 90s shooters. You had your end of level stats, your time, your how many secrets you got, how many kills you got, whatever. And we'll play a little bit of this level, and then we will go into some of the other levels. Just, you know, so you can see a little bit of see some other settings here.
Groovy.
Yes, Mr. Evil Dead. Piggy. Now, another thing that they've added, and I'm sure I'll be able to show it to you soon enough, if you die, they've put in a system that they used in the Xbox Live Arcade version, where you can, instead of using like a load, you can save and load, but you can actually also you can just rewind the time. You can rewind time so that you can be like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna totally fix what I screwed up here. Go back 10 seconds and do a section properly. Piggy, go dead. Alright. Let's see, what do we got in here? Do we got any enemies in here? I can kick those open, save myself the ammo. I think we got a guy in here. There we go. Yeah, like I said, even this, like, we got a frickin', I forget what you even call these things, but like skin flicks or whatever, you know? It's like, oh, okay, the adult theater. Great. You just didn't see this stuff in video games back then. You know, of course, now you got your Grand Theft Autos and your Saints Rows and like all kinds of stuff that has like, you know, you got like God of War, which is like your crazy like sex mini games and all kinds of weird stuff like that. But like I said, back then this was like edgy. And it was so funny because like you know, you'd always have all that controversy about Mortal Kombat and Doom. You know, like, okay, Doom, you're actually fighting, you know, you're fighting demons. You're not trying to help them. You're actually trying to save the world, you know? I don't really remember. I mean, everybody played Duke, but for whatever reason, I don't really remember Duke Nukem being really in the same spotlight as things like or Night Trap was another one they like to go to, like the Sega CD. What would you even call that? Adventure game? No, I don't even know what. I don't know what you would call that. But this FMV style game. I don't. Ow! I can't see in this dark ass. Okay, here we go. I want to go back here because I want the health that I know is back here. Hey, buddy! Die, piggy. Pig cops. You know, again, real original. I mean, now you just kind of... If this was like a new concept, right now, people would be like, oh, really? You know, pigs, cops, ha 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 ha. But again, you know, it was a new thing back then, so... It worked. Alright, we'll head up here, shoot this guy in the face, and that guy.
Come get some.
Get a new weapon. Kill that guy. Kill those guys. What the hell, man? Okay, who dares? Yeah, perish. Alright, now that I've wasted all that ammo. Grab that. No, I didn't grab the key before. Alright, got my key card. Got my shotgun ammo. Yeah, I'll have to go down there and deal with those guys. I think we got everything we need up here. Boom! Die, pig. Here's our door. Yeah, I remember most of the secrets in the first two levels, but then after that, forget it. Oh, no, you're already dead. Okay, let's head on over. I know there's a pig cop back here. Oh, that was... What the hell was I aiming at there? So again, switching background, I can switch back at any time. Looks a lot different. And I still remember, like, instantly, I still remember the exact combinations to, like, open that door back there or make the switch appear. I mean, it's not hard. It's not hard by any means. You know, you have so many choices, but yeah. Not really a lot to say about the old stuff. Like I said, I talked about Duke Nukem back when I showed you guys the Megaton edition. But I wanted to cover this one just because I like you know, it was sort of modernized, but it still, if I remember correctly, it didn't still play quite as modern-esque. You know, the controls maybe were still a little bit clunkier, but they've really just, you know, made this, I can use WASD to move around. You know, that's our standard right now. I can use all the keys around it. Like, I can change stuff with C. I can use my items with R. Q uses my boot. So, you know, all that stuff is readily available. What is going on? There's some weird... At first I thought that was lighting effects, but that almost seems like a really graphic glitch thing there. Alright, so let's jump up here. Ah! I know there's a pig around here somewhere. Ah, there you are. Die, piggy! Hey! You too, alien. I can't help but play, like, I feel like, you know, I'm like, oh, I'm only going to play, like, the first little bit of these levels, but, like, the first 2 levels, I just, every time I start them, I feel that I have to finish them. Although, now that I'm realizing it, I don't really see hardly any... Have we seen any commentary nodes at all in this level? There were tons of them in the other one. I wonder if they just put them all up front to say, we know everyone only plays the first 2 levels anyway. I wonder if that's what they did. Because I don't recall seeing any... Yeah, that just sounds out of place, the way he's... It's the samples sound too clean and just weird. Okay. Let's go up here. Boom! Die, piggy! Kill him. And him. Ow! Him. Let's, give us some health real quick. Okay. Yeah, see, now I figured they would have put a node around here or something that would... You know, I hope it's not just the first level. Like, I was excited when I saw all the commentary nodes in the first level, but now that we're on the second one, I don't remember seeing any. And I wish that they would have put commentary nodes, like I said, not just talking about this edition of the game, but, like, you know, going back through some history about, like, you know, oh yeah, you know, somebody who, you know, how they thought of putting the OJ Bronco. Remember that? On the TV in the bar here, you know, what they got away with as far as, like, you know, the weird all the women in the game, and then, like, the strip club coming up. Let's... Now I know they're gonna come back. Boom. Ha ha ha. You done? All right. That's how it's done. Grab the key. Because I really do want to see, especially this level in particular, I just want to see if they bothered to add any commentary nodes. And I wish they would. Like I said, if nothing else...
I'm gonna get medieval on your asses.
If nothing else for the first couple of levels, because like I said, everybody played the first 2 levels, and then after that, I always remember, I never remember anyone talking about maybe the prison. Not really a lot of the game. The only other really thing that I remember is them talking about, like, they had these little cutscenes before. Was it before? No, after the bosses. You would walk up to, like, I think the second one was, you go into the room with the alien, he's like, I'll rip your head off and shit down your neck. And you're like, oh, okay, that's dumb, but okay, you kind of chuckle. And then at the end, after you beat the boss, he literally, oh yeah, okay, rips his head off, whips out the newspaper, and starts whistling. So, yeah. You know, totally serious, of course. like I said in the other video, I always miss this stupid vent up here. For the like when I played this back in the day, growing up, I never, you know, because I didn't use mouse look. I used the keyboard to play. And, you know, one of those things that game developers always kind of comment on is people don't look up. You have to kind of incentivize them to do so. Like maybe, you know, not just blatantly putting an arrow, but maybe putting lighting up top so they kind of want to look at it, or something that draws your attention, because
Hail to the king,
you
baby.
just don't really... people don't look up. And I was totally guilty of that. Hi, Piggy!
I'm gonna get medieval on your
And now you're
asses.
dead. Now I know I've got... I love doing that. Any more? Okay. Oh god, there was another one right under me. Okay. Oh, I was looking to see if there's another commentary node. I'm surprised I haven't died yet. Usually I do something stupid by now. Let's go 4. Let's... I gotta use my ammo anyway, because they're gonna take it away. You know, you're trying to be careful. Like, the first time you play this, you're like, oh, I'm gonna be careful. I'm gonna save all my ammo. Yeah, a lot of good that does. Ah. No! The jumping feels a little bit off.
Come
There we
get
go.
some.
Let's see. No, let's rocket this guy. Splooge. Suck it. Boom. That's fun. I like making things explode.
Cool.
I remember the secret here.
Get some.
And there you go.
Gotcha now, you bastard, and we're gonna fry your ass.
Yeah, good old Duke. Alright, so we're just gonna... I'm not even gonna really play into this level. I'm just gonna get her started
Ready for
here.
action.
So this one caught me off guard the first time playing too, you know, because you're like, oh shit, I actually start getting electrocuted. You have to move right away. Ow! Okay, I had no health, so let's back on up a little bit here. Ow. Man, I just got my ass kicked already. Okay. So. What the? Oh, for... Alright, you know what? Okay, you know what? Okay, we're just gonna quit that. And we're gonna do a new game. Let's pop into one of the new levels, shall we? Let's, Sure. I'm just going to do it on easy so we can explore. You got your classic difficulties again. And what I've seen so far seems to indicate that each one of these levels, they're, you know, like I said, it's 20th anniversary world tour. So basically what they're doing is they're making levels based on different locations around the world. Like, I think there was one where he's in Russia, there's one where he's in Japan or something.
Smells like someone cut the fromage.
Okay.
Hey,
Oh, I see you up there.
baby.
Yeah, not looking up again. Ah, these things. These stupid little alien, like, I don't even know what they're called. But yeah, so, you know, we got a whole bunch. Oh yeah, okay, alien pod. Kill it. You know what? I'm not gonna waste that on you. Would you? Why won't you? Okay, whatever. On who, pray tell? You're dead? I knew there was going to be a guy up there. Just knew it. So I've never played this level before. I've never seen it at all before. So I'm just kind of exploring. That's why I'm kind of doing this on a low difficulty, just so we can I can talk a little bit more. And would you quit taking sniper pot shots at me? Enough is enough already. Based on what I've played so far, is this game worth it? I don't know. Like I said, I kind of wish that, Gearbox kind of seems to be... Gearbox is the company that made this version of the game. And they also made Duke Nukem Forever, which... Oh boy. I installed Duke Nukem Forever not too long ago, thinking that I was going to try to show you, like I said, oh, you want to see a crazy game? You want to see a bad game? I'll show you a bad game. Duke Nukem Forever, when did Duke Nukem 3D come out? I know it was mid-90s, 94? 95 maybe? Well, Duke Nukem Forever came out 2010-ish? Couldn't have been much later than that. I mean, it was in development hell forever. I mean, they went through at least 3 different engines, 3 different game engines going they were going to use the Quake engine, then I think they were going to use Quake 2, and then, I know id kept one-upping them, and they couldn't decide on what engine they were going to use, and I guess, just all kinds of shenanigans going on there. Oh, okay, so we do got some commentary notes on this one, which is cool.
Someone's gonna ruin the souffle.
Okay, good. We got a lot of commentary notes here, not just... Oh, jeez. Hey, Piggy. Die, Piggy. Oh, man. Okay. Too much talking, not enough paying attention. I'm gonna die. But yeah, oh man, Duke Nukem Forever was a bad game. This actually seems kind of worth it. I mean, especially if you liked... if you liked the original Duke, this is not a bad version to play. And if you've never played Duke Nukem 3D, this probably is not a bad version to start, because it plays, like a modern game. It's... oh, wow. I mean, it's a lot easier to play in that respect. But if you've played it before and you just don't care anymore, I could definitely see at least waiting for a sale to pick this one up.
Come get some.
But again, if you're interested in gaming history, I'm a sucker for game commentary. I'm a sucker for that kind of thing. So if you're really into learning more about games, I knew you were back there this time, bucko. Kick you in the face. Oh, I pissed somebody off. There's a pig out there somewhere. Okay, shotgun ammo. That's much, much welcome. That guy's dead. I hear a pig.
Hail to the king,
Oh,
baby.
okay, I'll take that. Ah! Hey. I hate those guys. Stupid rapid fire. I hear another pig. Yeah, I mean, is this worth picking up? If you like gaming history, if you like Duke, sure, it's not a bad version of the game. I will say, though, like I said before, this game has come out on everything nowadays, and, we're up to modern consoles. There's, at least 2 or 3 different versions of it on the PC. So, I really wish that Gearbox would start to make something new, they make Borderlands, they made Duke Nukem Forever. They brought this back. I want to see Gearbox make something else. Like they're kind of a real hit and miss developer right now. You know, people love the Borderlands games. I like them, but I'm kind of getting sick of those too. I haven't covered those. Ow! I haven't covered those on the channel just yet, but they're fun. But I'm kind of getting tired of the loot grind in those games. Borderlands is like a first-person shooter. God dang it! But it's it's like a shooter RPG of sorts. Like you can get your. Do I have any? No, I don't have any consumables either. Crap. Let me go look for some health before I open that up. You know, it's their whole thing with that game was like, oh, you can get so many guns. You know, there's all these guns that have different stats, like thousands of guns and stuff. And basically, you'd have the different makes and manufacturers of different models that would have different stats. Some maybe have like augments to them, like a fire or electric power, you know, electrocution to them. Some had really weird things where instead of reloading the gun, you just chucked the gun and it exploded, and you grabbed another gun. It just stupid stuff like that. Those were fun. But then, you know, Gearbox, they've kind of just, you know, like especially with the Duke Nukem property, it's like they just kind of kept coming back and making these, you know, I don't know how much Gearbox Duke Nukem 3D there was and how much was from the old game, but you could kind of tell that it was like, yeah, we just basically, you know, we got the property and we need to do something with it, so let's just try to salvage what we can. Let's make a game out of this, try to make it playable. And there were little small parts of it that were actually sort of fun, but the large part of it was just not really great. And there were some parts that I just actively really disliked. Really did not like at all. Could a new Duke Nukem game work? Like, I wonder if they're trying to see how many people buy this and see if they're going to think about maybe making a future game. I don't know. I don't think that Duke Nukem could really play or could really like be in its current form the way it is now, like it is in this game and Duke Nukem Forever. And I don't think it would be really that interesting. Take a look at, actually the game comes out as I'm recording this tomorrow, I think. Shadow Warrior. Remember I covered the original Shadow Warrior on the channel, but then I also covered the remake that came out in, God, when did the remake come out? It was, you know what, we're gonna do the, oh wait, I don't have the remake that came out 2013 maybe? That was a cool game. They took the Lao Wang character, you know, like instead of being like this old Japanese guy, they kind of made him this younger guy, and he, you know, he was still like a quipping smartass guy, but they actually made the gameplay, they modernized it, it was super fast, the graphics were good, the game just worked. I was actually quite impressed with how well the first game did, and I'm genuinely wanting to play the sequel to the reboot that's coming out tomorrow. They would have to do something really different to Duke Nukem, I think, for it to be relevant again. I think what would be really funny is if maybe they did like a they did something where, like, you don't really notice it so much in this game, but in Duke Nukem Forever, their whole shtick was that, like, oh, Duke is so famous, and he's, like, everyone thinks he's so awesome, and, you know, he's, like, this almost superhero status. But, you know, in reality, he just comes off as kind of a dick. But I think it would be kind of funny to have him be this character of, like, you know, he thinks he's all really cool, but, you know, everyone else kind of sees him and, hey, you're just like this, you know, washed up guy that's relying on his old, like, stupid humor and, like, kind of what people would think of a modern Duke Nukem game now. just run that through reality of like, yeah, in the game world, people are getting sick of Duke, and I don't know how he would... Ow! What the hell? Alright, let's back that up a tish. But I think it would be interesting to see maybe that perspective. Otherwise, I really can't think of anything. And maybe I just don't have that kind of imagination right now. But like, I can't think of how I would make an original Duke Nukem game relevant right now. So now, when I went on the floor, did that hurt me? Am I not allowed to go on the floor here? Or what the hell killed me when I was in there? Because I went down here. Oh, Piggy. Where is Piggy? Piggy. Piggy. Oh, okay. Alright, we'll back up here. Yeah, I don't know. This level seems okay.
Ooh, I needed that.
Yeah, you kind of did, actually. My health is garbage. Okay, yeah, so I just can't... Okay, I can't go down there. Okay, got it. Okay, shotgun ammo, that's good. But I probably got to go down here... Uh-oh. Oh, there he is. Okay. Can't go in there. Probably wrap up the video here pretty soon, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting game. Oh, okay, I was way too close. Let's back it up a notch. Holy hell. Oh, that okay. Yeah, that explains it. All right. Boom. Okay. I didn't realize there was some right there. Yeah, that would explain why I just got murdered. Okay, I got a key card now. I think... Okay, so that should go probably to that door that was off of the main area.
Come get some.
Oh, okay. What is this gun? Oh, flamethrower or something. Is that what the hell? Or I'm not sure what this is. But we'll play with it before we wrap it up here. I'm sure I'll find somebody to kill. Okay. See if I can grab any health here. That would be fantastic.
Where is it?
Yeah, not a whole lot else to say that I can really think of. Okay, get more supplies. Oh, shit. Okay, yeah, I'm dumb. Yeah, don't... Okay. Oh, you. It just sounds so bad. So yeah, I came from up here. We'll go here. We'll go see what's in this other doorway, because I think I got the key. And then we'll wrap it up here. I want to see what this weapon does. This maybe? Aha! Most excellent. Okay. So... Oh, okay, here we go. So these later levels, you got to be careful kicking these things over. Oh, really? Huh, okay, I understand the little alien weird thing. Those, okay, those I understand. But a pig coming out of one of those? Really? That's what you're going to do? That I don't buy. Okay, how far... Wait a minute. How far back did I... Where the hell am I? Ah, here we go. Okay. Alright, you know what? We're just gonna do this. There. And now you're both dead. What do you say to that? Tripwires. Those are so fun to play with. Especially in Half-Life. They had something similar, these trip mines. Jawbreaker and I would... Jawbreaker and I would play the heck out... I did not expect that. Well played, game. Okay, so I'm going to go here. Die, pig. Stupid monster clauses that come out from behind. Oh, for Christ's sake. Now they come out of there. Okay. Where are you coming from? Ah! Oh, God. Damn, son.
Come get some.
Okay, yeah, they're not messing around. They're throwing, even on the low difficulty setting, they're throwing a lot at us here. All right. But, yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything that I missed. Ooh, what do we got down here? That's going to kill me, right? Let's go see what's in here first. Oh. Okay, you're dead. Done? Jeez.
Cool.
Oh. More toys to play with. Ow! Alright, that was fun. Blow him up. So now we're down in the sewers. I'm presuming that hurts us, that water. Oh, I could... Boom! Blow it, yep, blow it all to hell. Nice! Blow the living shit out of everything. Oh, uh-oh. Big old sonic wave. I don't know what you call those things. They're weird looking, though. Ah! Not too bad to kill. Stupid little aliens with little whatever. Ow! Yeah, that just sounds bad. I hate those things. But yeah, I think maybe this will be a good place to wrap it up. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You definitely have your pick if you want to play Duke Nukem 3D. You can play it on any of the modern systems, PS4, Xbox One, PC. You have a couple choices on the PC. You got your Megaton edition. You've got this edition. I would probably recommend this one just because even if you want to play it like the old way, the old graphic style, you can do that. And I also saw under audio, if you don't like the new Duke audio, there is a checkbox that you can check under audio settings to use the classic Duke audio. I think they call it Duke Talk. So if you want everything to be kind of old school, but maybe play a little bit better control-wise, there you go. Might not be a bad way to go. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Follow me on Twitter at BGFH79. And until next time, I will talk to you guys again later.